The Blue Devils are an elite unit of the French army specializing in alpine terrain. Although most recently deployed in Afghanistan, their proud history and tradition started years ago. During World War I, the French recruited, trained, and deployed some of their toughest soldiers to defend the Alpine border. The chasseurs alpins were notorious for their fighting style, and it was their German enemies that first called them Blauteufel. In French, Diable Bleu. In English, Blue Devils. In his book, Vive la France, E. Alexander Powell writes, "The Blue Devils, as the Germans have dubbed them, are the Highlanders of the French army, being recruited from the French slopes of the Alps and the Pyrenees. Tough as rawhide, keen as razors, hard as nails. They are the ideal troops for mountain warfare. They wear a distinctive dark blue uniform and the beret or cap of the French Alps, a flat-topped, jaunty headdress which is brother to the tam o'shanter. The chasseurs alpins drag their guns by hand up the almost sheer precipices and dragging the gun mules after them, advancing through forests so dense that they had to chop paths for the line regiments which followed them, carrying by storm the apparently impregnable positions held by the Germans, sleeping often without blankets and with mercury hovering near zero on the heights which they had captured, taking their batteries into positions where it was believed no batteries could go, raining shells from those batteries upon the wooded slopes ahead, and, under cover of that fire, advancing, always advancing." Powell's book was published in 1915. As the war continued, the Blue Devils became legendary in France, and ultimately in the United States, when they sailed over the Atlantic to help their ally raise money for the war. And the novel The Desert of Wheat by Zane Grey is a great first-person account. "Then I saw the outfit of the Blue Devil Frenchmen that was sent over to help stimulate the Liberty Loan, and when I seen them I took off my hat. I've knowed a heap of tough men, and bad men, and handy men, and fightin' men in my day, but I reckon I never seen the like of the Blue Devils. Any Western man, just to look at them, would think of Wild Bill, and Billy the Kid, and Geronimo and Custer, and see that maybe the whole four mixed in one might have made a Blue Devil." Published in 1919. In the US, of course, their legacy is most evident as the mascot of Duke University in Durham, North Carolina. It turns out that Duke was looking for a mascot with dark blue color right about the time the Blue Devils were touring the US. And although it was not immediately accepted, as Duke students were joining the war effort, it seemed a fitting homage. And Duke University officially embraced the Blue Devil nickname in the mid-1920s. Although much of their bravery and sacrifice burned in the mists of the First World War, the story of the chasseurs alpins, Blauteufel, Diable Bleu, Blue Devils, should be honored. Freedom was not won parading down Fifth Avenue. It was fought for on the blinding peaks of the Alps and deep in the shadows of the Black Forest.